Anyway, tonight I want to bring up a member. He's a new member. Brad, will you come on up?
Right, give him a hand.
Wife is here tonight, Renata. She's sitting right over here. She's waving.
Not coming up? We're going to guilt you into coming up here at some point.
She says if
Got all dressed up for her. We know this.
She
That's
said,
okay. We'll leave you alone.
She says if Brad.
Hey!
All right.
All right.
It's way more fun up here.
You're going to catch the flack, and I'm not, and I'm sorry. You'll take it.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourselves. Let me move on to your slide. All right.
So I'm Brad Smith, my wife Renata. I worked for the fire service for 25 years. Retired in January of 22, and started working as a contractor, paramedic, doing IVs. So it was something I could do, make my own schedule, but still needed a little bit of income. And that's pretty much my whole career right there.
What do you do, Renata?
Right now,
You got to put that like
working
right on
part-time,
your chin.
Right on
Yeah, like
the chin.
even- there you
like
go.
That.
Like a
Okay.
rap battle
Now you
right
can-
there.
Okay.
Like a rap.
Working part-time and helping this guy out. There's a lot of behind the scenes that has to be done, and making a lot of phone calls, being on hold for a long time, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, having fun.
All right, great. And you worked as a medical assistant your career, and
I did. Now I'm working at Bath and Body Works selling candles. So hey,
nice.
I know all the good smells. So
All right.
I do.
All right. So why did you guys end up joining Lifestyles? You have an interesting story about that.
Yeah, so actually in January of this year, or excuse me, last year, I had a meeting with my financial advisor, and he said, hey, you had a great 2022. You know, you made 5% on all your money. I was like, cool. He goes, and by the time you're 90, you're going to burn through all that if you're not working. So it made me start thinking that I needed to come up with another means of income. And we were talking, and we were like, what about real estate? So we decided we were going to buy a house and rent it, and make lots of money. So we ventured down that road. We went and bought a 5-year-old house, and yeah, we're making a couple dollars on it right now because we didn't know about Lifestyles at the time. But a gentleman named Adam Stroop from Amp Lending, who was our lender on that, told me, check out Lifestyles. So that was in April. May, we went to our first 2-day. Signed up as what's the first level? The
FFP.
FFP
Mm-hmm.
At the 2-day. And within 7 days, we signed up as preferred. We just realized and saw all the benefits from it. So that was end of May. We started looking for houses, and we are actually under contract about 5 weeks later on our first house.
Wow. Give him a hand for that. That's awesome. Do you always move that slowly?
Yeah, actually, there's a mentor here that told us that she once had 4 houses under contract at one time. And my wife laughed at me, and she goes, don't do it. And 4 weeks later, we did it. So we actually we bought 4 houses in 3 weeks.
Wow, yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend it. It's pretty stressful. A lot of out-of-pocket money up front. But I would do it all over again, honestly.
All right, wait. So this lady that said don't do it, was she just up on stage?
She might have been.
Okay. All right. You ready for this? Who's come to this seminar before? Put your hand up. What do you write in the back of the book? I will not do what I'm told, right?
That's right. I just didn't do what I was told, yeah. So there's more to it, but at the end of the day, we had 4 houses under contract within about 3 weeks of each other. So
That's awesome.
it was a good month.
Exciting, no less.
No doubt.
Busy month right there, right?
All right. So this house that we're presenting tonight, this one's in Houston, right?
Yes, this is in Houston.
Wait, where do you live?
I live in Dallas, or in Denton, actually.
But you're buying that far away?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can buy anywhere. Trust me, Lifestyles will teach you how to do it. There's vendors all over the place. The mentors, I've utilized the Dallas mentors, the Houston mentors. I think I've even talked to some of the Central Texas mentors. So they're all there to help you, but it can be done remotely. For sure.
That again, where is he?
He lives in Dallas.
He's
He's buying in Houston.
Oh, house is in Houston.
Houston, okay.
Yeah, this is actually on the southeast side of Houston.
It's on Josie Street.
Josie.
All right.
So this was actually the second house we went under contract on. It was blasted out by one of the Lifestyles Realty members or teams, Robert Inkland.
Right.
So, and all the numbers look good. We did all the background on it, and
Let's show them a few pictures.
Yeah.
Some befores and afters. It was really pretty on the before.
absolutely.
Let's see. Yeah, same with the inside apparently.
It's after we got into it, we realized that the previous owners had actually tried to start doing some work, but they weren't very handy. You can see from the bathroom there, they started doing some work, but a lot of it was wrong.
It looks good from far away though.
It didn't smell good.
Smell money.
Smell of money. So the picture there on your left, that's actually, and the right, that's the master suite now at the top. It was a single car garage that they had started the conversion on. You can see the closet there that they started, and we actually ended up converting the whole thing and putting a full bath and walk-in closet in.
Awesome. Looks a lot better. All right. You want to tell us a little bit about what the numbers look like?
So we bought the house for $113,000. I know she said talking about asking price. This was actually a wholesale deal. It's through Lifestyles. Paid $113,000. The rehab budget we had was $75,000. Again, that was new, everything in the house, cabinets, bathrooms, a complete adding, a bathroom, full bath. The $10,000 in other cost, you're talking about hard money holding cost, things like that.
Lender, title fees.
Lender fees, things like that. So we bought the house, signed on it the end of August. The rehab was done end of November, and we had it rented on the 20th of December. So about 3 weeks to get it rented.
Great.
Renting at $1,725, $242 cash flow a month. Cash out of pocket, $36,000, and we had an equity capture of about $32,000 on that house.
Excellent. Excellent. What a great way to start.
So
And then your return on equity, 89%.
I was going to say, don't glaze over that. Hold on a second.
that's excellent.
Somebody's clapping. Let's all give it a clap. Have you ever made that kind of a return before? She's shaking her head no. So we're gonna
no,
believe her.
not on a house, for sure, and no job. There's no stock market that's going to give you 89%, much less 8% on your cash on cash. So that was what caught my attention when we went to our 2-day.
So first year returns just on cash flow, return on equity, you're looking at 97%. And you don't just have one.
Correct. We
Got a few more, right?
have 4 total. So the Josie house we just went over, French Chateau house, that was actually the first one we signed on and bought. It was finished and rented first week of November. So it's got $38,000 in equity. The Donovan house, that one had tremendous equity in it. So we're made $53,000 just in equity on that house.
Oh, that's impressive.
Then the last house is here in Fort Worth, and that one you can see it's got $109,000 in equity. So
That's amazing.
Do you ever get excited?
every day, every day.
Does he sound excited yet? I mean,
So
That's his excited look.
$109,000 in equity. That's crazy money, right? You picked up almost $250,000 in how many months?
7.
Anybody want to replicate that?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
How can you take something so great and make it sound so bad? Right? Like,
Trust me, it's not bad. It's you learn a lot. I think you asked, what do you learn? What would you do different? Things like that. Every single house we've learned something on. A lot of stuff we'll go, yep, we'll do that again. There's a few things that we made the decisions on, and we'll go, we won't do that again. But Had we not done the first house, we wouldn't have been able to do the second house better. So
I know you're still trudging through it. Would you do 4 houses again at the same time?
if the numbers were right, yes.
She's in
Renata
fact.
says no. She says no.
No, honestly, it's the cash out of pocket to do 4 houses. That's the difficult part. But
You run out of cash before you run out of houses, right?
yes, we ran out of money. Actually, we wanted to get into a passive deal at the end of the year, and literally, I did not have any money left. So we'll be getting into some passive deals hopefully soon.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds great. All right. So how has lifestyles changed your life?
It's made me realize that I can have some sort of passive income without having to work down the road. Speed up true retirement. A lot of people talk about what's true retirement. That's when you don't have to go to work every day. I still work not every day, but 3 or 4 days a week. And this is going to put me in a position within probably 18 months where I don't have to go work. We can travel, go see our kids that are in California, family in Florida, do whatever we want to do.
Excellent. Sounds like fun. All right, let's talk about some goals. What are your next plans?
So short term, continue with single family. We did 4 last year. My goal is to do another 5 this year. 10 was my ultimate goal, which would allow me to retire. Learning from last year, 4 is probably good for a year. And then also start passive investing this year. So we are actually watching several deals right now with some of the leads, and hopefully be able to get into a couple of passive deals this year.
That's in multifamily.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Just so you know.
Long term, June of 2025, both of us retire, no longer have to work. So,
Excellent.
All right.
Awesome. All right, so you had a team help you out.
Had my team. So the mentors listed are Brandon and Nicole, but I promise you, I think I've utilized probably all of them in Texas. They all have something different to bring, a different perspective. So if you do this, utilize your leads. So the realtor on this was Robert England with Lifestyles. Actually, I've never met the guy. I bought the house pretty much sight unseen, and never even met Robert, but he was, as somebody said, very patient with me. Amp Lending, they actually did our refi on the house.
This is the guy that introduced you to
Correct.
Lifestyles?
Yes. So Adam Stroop with Amp, and then Blink Lending. He was our hard money lender. Ravi, Boost Foundation. He did all of our foundation and sewer work. Integrity Personal Insurance and Lee Spiegel.
Lee Siegel.
Lee. He he did our construction insurance package, and then Greenworks did our inspection on the house initially.
Yep.
So
Great.
make sure you get a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, utilize those vendors. They are very experienced. Teach you lots of things, but rely on your mentors. We'll verify. Great. Anybody have any questions?
Hey, I got a couple from online.
Okay.
One is, did you ever visit that house while it was in rehab?
Absolutely. I actually made more trips than necessary down there. But yeah, we probably went down there 5 times in 4 months to watch the house and the progression, make sure the work was being done by the contractor. It was the first time we'd used this contractor, so I just wasn't sure what they were going to do. So, but yes, we did drive down there on at least once a month, if not 2.
That's not a bad idea. Keep track of what's going on and learn in the process.
Absolutely.
And one other question. What was more important for you, cash flow, cash on cash return, or equity capture?
When we started in this, we tried to say one was more important than the other, but every property brings something different. So this particular house, it was pretty much a combination of all of it. You look at the areas and everything, but I don't know. It has changed as we've progressed. I think we started with, monthly cash flow, but now we're kind of looking at a longer term, 2 or 3 years, where we're going to sell that house and what the equity is going to be. So
Yeah, it looks like you progressively were growing in your equity capture on these
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
deals. We have a question.
So my focus so far has been cash flow, but I'm shifting that to equity capture. really interested in knowing how accurate your ARVs have turned out to be.
So on this
Hold
particular,
on. We got to repeat it. We got 400 people out there. So the question is, well, it was a statement. I started looking for cash flow. Now I'm thinking about equity. Are your ARVs on your analysis, the after repair value of what the property is going to be worth at the end, how accurate have they been so far?
within $5,000 on all of them. So your lenders will have appraisers, and honestly, they are all pretty legit. They're pretty much spot on. But we have learned a lot about how the appraisals work, and so when we're doing our estimating on them, we know a little bit more what to look for. So, but yeah, very close.
Your mentors can help you with that process of evaluating that and getting very close. Question in the back.
Go back in time, do it all again. What would you change?
If
You
you
can-
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No,
If you can go back in time, what would you change?
Don't do 4 at a time.
If I could go back in time, God, I don't know. What would I change? Honestly, it's all been learning for us. I don't know if I would change necessarily anything specifically, because everything that happened, whether it was good or bad, taught me something. And if I didn't make a mistake or do something right on the first house, I would have done it on the second house. So you learn. It was brought up earlier. Follow the lifestyles model. That would probably be the one thing that I would say most is make sure you follow the model. It's there for a reason, and it's worked for how many years?
33.
33 years. There's a reason it works. They know what they're doing and what they teach. So, but I don't know if I would change anything specifically.
All right, we got time for one more
We'll
question.
take one more.
One more in the very back.
Yeah, you said you learned a lot and things that you do, things you wouldn't do. What's one thing you never want to do again?
What's one thing you never want to do again? Renata?
She already answered that one.
What's one thing in a project that you would never, that you learned that you said, okay, don't do that?
What's a learning that you would never want to repeat?
Don't go overboard on a house. Listen to the model. And I'll give you a perfect example. We put LED can lights in one of our houses. Honestly, what we spent on them did absolutely nothing for us. It didn't bring us a higher ARV. It didn't get us a tenant any quicker. No tenant said, oh, that's got LED, I'm not buying that house or renting it. So no, I don't want to say do the bare minimum. You want to make things right, but don't go overboard. Remember, it's a rental. It's your business. It's not your personal home. We've told each other that 5,000 times in the last 7 months. It's not our personal home. It's a rental home.
What does every new investor do? Over rehab.
Yes.
Very good. You just proved the point.
What was the out-of-pocket cost for each one of them, and how did you come up with that money?
Fair question. So
He wants to know out-of-pocket costs, and how did you come up with it? Do you have a round number you can give us? And
on each house?
just
Or
throw
just
a number.
average, like between
Are you
what? and
comfortable?
what?
Oh, probably between 30 and 40 on each one out of pocket. The last house, the house here in Fort Worth, was a little bit more than that, only because that house required a ton more work on it than what we initially anticipated. But yeah, about 30 to 40 would be what our out of pockets were on that, on all of our houses.
Excellent.
I think 32 to 40, I think is what it was.
Okay. Is there?
How'd you get the money? I mean,
Where did it? yeah,
he's
was
a
it
rich
retirement? What?
paramedic, right? He's
Not a rich paramedic, no. So my parents passed away, one in 2015 and one in 2021. And so there was a little bit of money left in that. I also had my own retirement account that I used a portion of that money as well. And this goes back to wanting to be able to leave something to my children. And you'll learn in the 2-day how to do that. It's incredible.
All right. Is there anything you would tell somebody new here today that you haven't already?
Don't wait. Don't wait at all. Like I said, we went to the preferred from the first level to the preferred in 7 days. Don't wait. If you're going to do it, jump in. Jump in with both feet and your arms like we did. And don't buy 4.
Yeah. Listen to your mentors.
Listen to your mentors. Trust me, that these guys and gals, their knowledge is beyond the years. So use them for a reason. They're there.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Excellent job.